It's Fight Club.
It's a great day to play. Great day to play. Great day to play. Great day to play.
It's a great day to play, everybody! Welcome on into the channel. Yeah! Whether it's your first time here or you are rejoining us, thank you for being here with us today. You are loved, appreciated, always welcome here in this channel, and you are enough! Oh boy. J-Hope. More. I'm super excited. I didn't get to do the premiere last night. I haven't been feeling that great lately, and so I've needed to get a little bit more rest. I wasn't able to stay up like I normally do. But I'm here this morning. I'm so much looking forward to this. I've obviously seen like the concept photos, and I got a little bit of that like teaser sneak peek that they put out there. It was just kind of like background music, but it definitely sounds like we have a departure here, and looks like we have a departure here from what we know. So I'm very excited. What we're probably gonna end up doing, we'll just watch the whole thing all the way through, and then I'll go back and we'll talk about pieces of it. Because I just kind of want to experience the whole thing all the way through on this one. So that's what we're going to do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you already haven't. Twitch, follow on Twitch for our live streams, Saturdays, noon, Central Time. But without further ado, let's go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. 필요하게 to be surfing. 난 몸만 너무 고기. Suck out the music.
Okay.
이니 미니 마니 모. 춤추는 아기 flow. Keep my passion, I gotta go. I'm still 11년 전도 각종 내 형광 밑줄은 백범매미 학봉. 끝이 없는 학습 부딪히고 넘어지면 나오는 작품. 이 빛에서도 make it move, make it mine, make it right 또 누군가의 every sign. 그게 나의 손에 반 삶의 이유 삶의 나 운동력을 carry on. Bring it up. I'm doing it up.
Oh my god.
Make my mix that fit bag. Want to get bang 뭐든 달게 먹는 kitden 내겐 sweet tag. 상호 관계 점유 위계 기름 drip해 주면 drive 또 난 비트 던져 주의해 나쁜 주의해 sweet bang 멋진 gripman check it so 빨리 take that.
Okay. That's really cool.
살아 숨 쉬는 것 같아. Bring it up. I'm doing it up. Laboratory surfing. 난 물만 남을 고기. Suck out the music. Yeah. Mini mini money mo. 춤추는 아기 flow. Keep my passion, I gotta go. I'm still 99.
What? What was that? Ooh. Okay. All right, I knew by the teaser. That we're gonna have a very, very, very different sound. Like it kind of like had a very, very just like kind of old school, kind of like boom bap type sound to it. I have never, ever, 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 ever heard J-Hope like this before. Like, oh my God. And did it fit him so well? Like, I'm just super excited in general because I think that we're going to see a lot of this from the members. I think that because they're going to be doing some of their solo stuff, we're really going to be able to see like more about them on the inside of like the things that they would want to make, because this is such a far departure from what we are used to with BTS, right? It was insane how unique this was and how well his voice fit with this. But it was like super like a throwback feel. Like this just had this old feeling. But there was some things that really, I want to go back through because there's some things that kind of caught me off here, and I was trying to really pay attention to like a little bit of the outside, but I really wanted to pay attention to the lyrics the first time around, but there were some things that caught me. So we're just gonna run through the whole thing. We're gonna run through the whole thing again, but we're gonna pause at some places. Okay, so we have this box here, right? We have this box here, which he closes up at the end, and it was almost like he was looking at his life from the outside in, like almost like like almost like it's a dream, like he's looking over it. So like this is what your life is supposed to be. This is the box that's handed to you. All right, but this whole thing gives me vibes. I'm trying to figure out what it's from. So we have this dark outfit here. That almost looks like, this outfit almost looks like a jumpsuit. This whole thing. It keeps going back to the box. Okay, but then this. So this is almost like a different side of him. We obviously saw some of this in the concept photos, right? There's a duality to this, and especially when we get to the chorus and it goes to the white outfit. It's almost like that there's, especially when he talks about like not being enough in the lyrics, like it's almost like there's a part of him that is enough, and if he like lets that out, like, but they're like two very, very separate parts. I'm still Okay. He slams the guy's head down here, right? It's Fight Club. It's Fight Club. Even like the LUT that they're using on the camera for coloring. Okay, so I'm trying to do this, okay, spoiler time, because if you haven't seen Fight Club at this time, this is your own fault. So I don't feel bad. So Fight Club is about one guy who literally like lives dual lives, where like he thinks that it's a different person, but he's imagining this entire other person, and the other person's in his head, and it's because he didn't feel fulfilled enough in his regular life. He was handed the box. Like the box essentially represents like what society wants out of you, just that normal, mundane, everyday cubicle lifestyle. And obviously he wants more than that. And so he meets Tyler, where it's actually just him the entire time. And it, like, this whole thing is happening in his head, which makes a lot of sense because we have the white outfit, the black outfit, even the black outfit with where he's like standing on the wall, like almost like looking at himself with the ears on. And like, even with the x-ray, like seeing through it to like the inner self. But this whole thing from like the coloring in all of this just reminds me of it, because like the rooms are like really, really dark and dingy, and this whole color pattern is, you do have like this jumpsuit thing at some point during that they wear the jumpsuit, but there's a couple more. I'm gonna wait to point them out, but like there's an entire fight scene that happens in Fight Club that happens in the office. He also is like taking like pictures of himself on like the copy machine. Like I'm fairly certain that that's what this is supposed to be. It's like a fight with himself. All right, we're gonna continue. I'll point out other things as we go. I want to make it through the whole thing again, but I think that's what this is. And even there, once he takes it on, this happens in Fight Club 2, where when he finally like takes on the ball, whatever it is, like that people like kind of cheer for him. At the end, people end up cheering for him. Like it's so okay. I'm fairly certain. And then this whole thing with the broken down, they live in like this old, like abandoned house essentially later, where everything is like dark and dingy, and they like are making essentially like bombs in there, but like how broken it is, and then this being like the other side of him inside of like the walls of the house or in his head. Like not like, I'm not sure. Even the will it show it? I wonder if I can stop on it. There was a good one that I saw. Even like so this guy's face is like all burnt up. Like they have this thing in like Fight Club where like one of the things they do is like they pour like acid on their hands. It's like to like prove their worth, and their like hands like all like burn up like that. Like because those look like acid burns. Those look like acid burns on his face. Right there. There was one where it gives it here. They look like acid burns on his face. We also have some stuff in here. I'm not certain. It's kind of blurry if that's like fluids. All the equipment in here is of that age. And even this hallway reminds me of it. So I'm a huge. First off, I've seen Fight Club probably, I don't know, 40, 50 times. The book is actually better. If you have never read the Fight Club book, even though you probably already know the ending, go read the book. The book is better. I really, really like the book as well. You can pick up a copy for probably like $6, $7. But like, I'm 99% certain that this is what this is. And this is like just him looking in on himself and like what he's supposed to be. And now we get to see the inner side of him. And even the part where so like funny, money and fame isn't everything, right? Like his work makes him breathe, and so he wants more. Like it was the same thing. Like Tyler's motivation doesn't come from the fact that he actually wants anything. Like the whole point is they actually are like detaching themselves from worldly possessions. So it's not that he wants, it's just that like he felt like his work was meaningful, like he was doing something that would make a difference, and so that's what pushed him to continue on, which makes so much sense here for like if this is the aesthetic that they're going for. I don't know, but like it 100% feels like it to me. Like you're just going through all the mundane things, right? The coffee cup, keys, things like that, and this is the not mundane. This is him talking about what he wants. And then he broke all that glass. He broke through it. The light breaking is in there. His face is all screwed up too. I wish I could like read what was like on those walls. Like it's just way too blurry.
나물 고기 Suck out the music yeah. Mini 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 mo 춤추는 낙기 flow Keep my passion I gotta go I'm still
And now he's like, again, looking at his life from the outside and he's boxing up that mundane life to, I think, like, just kind of take on what he wants out of the world. I'm 99% certain. So, okay. So this whole thing, and leave it to BTS. BTS, even as solo stuff, I don't think we're still going to see any of their solo stuff that doesn't have, like, this more intense, like, literary meaning behind it, right? Or some kind of like symbolism behind it, right? They just, I think it's just kind of a part of who they are. So leave it to them to continue to do that. But like the departure of sound, it plays in so well to, I feel like, the way the feelings of Fight Club work, right? It's that internal conflict with yourself of what you want. And if we go back and we think about the Festa dinner that they had, this was something that they really, really talked about getting kind of away from writing things that they really, really cared about or that they really, really felt, that they weren't able to do that. They weren't really able to express themselves. And I think that he's kind of in this song, if this is probably his like title, right? Because there's a whole CD coming out. I think this is kind of him telling us this was his internal struggle. This is how he felt, his internal struggle with himself, of like the kind of the mundane and being put into the box. And, you know, while again, they came to love songs like Butter and Dynamite, there's a long history of backstory behind those songs where, you know, they didn't feel, especially at first, the connection to them like they did with the songs that they just necessarily wrote on their own. And so I think that might have been partially the box, right? Like that was it, and just kind of how they were starting to feel of where they were being put and wanting to just kind of go back more to like who they really are. And I think that this is kind of like showing like, this is me. Like this is who I am, and this is what I want the world to see. And you couldn't have done it with a better style of song. Like just turn everything on its head. And I'm super excited to hear more, because this gives us like this really, really hard vibe. But as we heard from like the demos too, like J-Hope's vocals, man, I guarantee that we're gonna hear some sweet, sweet vocals on this too. Like, this whole album is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be so nuts if this is what we're starting with. Okay, let me know how crazy I am in the comments, because I'm sure people are gonna be like, no, it's not. And like, okay, fine, whatever. I just, I always go and I look at these things, not just from like, when I try to, not just from a music perspective. I love the symbolism in BTS's stuff. I love the fact that they try to make it so if you would like to take the time to think about the extra meanings, to think about what they're trying to say, that you can be a part of the journey regardless of how you want to be on a part of the journey. You just want to jam out and vibe a song, just jam out and vibe a song. But if you want a deeper meaning, if you want something there, if you want to get into something like a BU, right? It's there for you to grab onto if that's what you want. And I think that that's what they were giving us here. I think that's what J-Hope is giving us here. So thank you guys, man. This was crazy. I'm sort of sad that I didn't get to stay up and see it, but at the same point in time, I knew that I wouldn't, like, I don't release any of their BTS's personal stuff. I don't release any of their stuff for 24 hours. I follow that. Collabs and stuff like that, I'll just release that whenever. But for their personal stuff or BTS's personal stuff, I always wait the 24 hours. So I knew that like if I just didn't get to it in the morning, that's fine. I just wouldn't look at my phone at all until then. And I didn't. So this is really, really cool. But thank you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitch for our live streams. Check out our music on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Check out more BTS exclusive content on Patreon and YouTube memberships if you wish. And if nobody told you that they love you today, don't forget that I love you. You're appreciated, always welcome here in this channel, and you are enough. And last, but certainly not least, it was a great day to play. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.